Hello everyone! Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to continue on with Dawntrail MSQ. Last time we got through the first dungeon, which was pretty enjoyable, and we got to deal with the annoying two-headed guy. I think it's Bakul Jaja or something like that. And then we ended up at a camp, the same camp as the second promise, and we also saw that the first promise was like plotting something. I really don't want to deal with him, but at least it's not Bakul Jaja, right? Anyway, let's not dilly-dally anymore. Let's go ahead and... I don't remember if we talked with everyone last time or not, so I'll just go ahead and start off and talking with everyone. Starting with Cryo, who's hidden behind the seal here. I'm glad we could make a moment to talk things through. Wooklamot seems much happier for it. This is probably the same stuff that we saw last time, so I'll talk to Wooklamot and see if she has anything different. I'm ready to move on. Well, we know that. Let's talk to Earthenshire and get started. A leaking work pot. Earthenshire is concerned about dangers on the road. The Moblin settlement of the Earthenshire is not far from here, but be warned, the road we'll be taking is favored a hunting ground for bandits. I don't think we need to worry about that. With the stairs currently impassable, there will be fewer travelers. Meeting the brigands will be desperate for victims to ambush. Although considering present company, I suppose my concern is unwarranted. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Bandits on the road? What have Zoraljaw and the Landsguard been doing? I think you have your answer by saying Zoraljaw is your answer right there, Wooklamot. Seems it's up to me to restore order to the area. No, Wooklamot, that's not what you're supposed to be doing right now. And she's gone. And off she goes again. For now. We'll head west and aim for the bank of the second river. Oh, guess we're gonna go have to help Wooklamot again. Oh, right, I checked beforehand. The closest Aether current is to the north. So let's see, the north one would be, yeah, so that's the one that we didn't get last time. Yeah, because we didn't actually grab this Aetherite because we just went up to this temple here. So I'm hoping at some point we go back to the northern region, because I believe there's one over here in the west side, and then I'll put one that's around somewhere around here in the east side. So we'll end up getting that later. Then I'm also going to pick up this alpaca keep, because I realized in the first of the split quest lines that I probably could have used the alpaca keep to save a little bit of time instead of having to traverse the place on my mount. Because, man, the speed is slow. Well, I thought, yeah, west was what I saw beforehand. So there will likely be one that we can pick up on the way over here. We'll need to make sure to keep an eye out for that. And, of course, it has to be raining because it wouldn't be, it'd be wrong if it wasn't. Yeah, 131 to the west, so we'll likely run into that in just a minute. But let's go ahead and talk to everyone. Oh, I see. This is the river which feeds the waterfall of Okuanu. Oh wait, so we're at the top? Oh right, of course, they were talking about the stairs. Of course, we're up top, and this is where the waterfall is coming. That makes the mountain a lot. Is that the mountain? Or is that the mountain? I don't remember. Let's just keep talking to everyone. Again and again, I'm struck by the majesty of the falls. It is difficult to comprehend the sheer volume of water this natural wonder produces. I felt eyes on us several times as we made our way here, though they soon seemed to lose interest. Again, oh yeah, I talked to Alpha already. The bandit's lair is said to be somewhere near here, but I'd prefer we avoid seeking out trouble. I don't think Wooklamot wants to avoid that. Well, where are these bandits, like I said? Apparently, they're not foolish enough to attack a party of this size. Earthenshire is just a little farther ahead, on the opposite bank of the Miyakabek Zoma, but let's remain vigilant all the same. Oh, there's the Aether Current. We'll make sure to grab that. I want to get as many as possible, because in Endwalker, we were able to get every single one while we did MSQ, and I'm hoping that I didn't just miss 2 of them while I was doing the northern region of this place. Because ideally, I'd like to not have to get a taxi service to finish them off. I mean, I have some friends who would be more than happy to do taxi service to take me to the rest of them, but I'd rather just get them all in one go, as we go along. Especially since it'll increase my mount speed. Okay, so the next one is southeast, which is going to be down in this region here. So we won't worry about that until we actually get over here. Okay. I was just looking at the connections here. So Uruko Pacha and Tuliolal are there, because this is the gate that we weren't allowed to exit. Oh no, we were allowed to exit it when we did this. And then it makes sense that we wouldn't be able to get over here. Oh, were these the stairs? Yeah, I think these are the stairs where you would actually get up if they weren't destroyed. Apparently. Ooh, this looks like... This architecture reminds me of something. I don't know exactly, though. And yep, those are goblins. So this is Earthenshire. Goodness me, it's like the entire village is made of pottery. Even as Hanu culture is distinct from the Vanu, Moblin society has developed quite differently to that of their goblin cousins. Oh right, they're Moblins, not goblins. Of course, I can't just be... And he's running along. Not another claimant in sight. Does this mean we're ahead or behind? I mean, we already saw that the first promise is way ahead. He was already here in the cutscene, but I don't remember. Let me grab the Alpaca Keep and the Aetherite, so I don't forget to get either one of them. And then I'll try and remember if... Well, I guess in this case we can just take the Aetherite to teleport back to the place, to either one of these locations. But I'll need to keep in mind that if we run into an Alpaca Keep that isn't by an Aetherite, we can actually take advantage of that. Well, let me head on back over to Aaronville, and then we can talk to him. This is it. The village where the Lay of Pots from the Tuliolal saga took place. Of course, it's the Lay of Pots in the Pottery Land. Earthenshire, Earthenshire. Might the similarities be a cultural inclination? I wonder. The settlements themselves couldn't be more different, though. This shire appears custom-built to resemble Pots, while the other is a repurposed town. Okay, I can do the goblin sound right, but I can't do... I don't know if I can do this well. Welcome to Earthenshire. Do I have the pleasure of happy greetings, the third promise and her retinue? That's us. We're looking for the Dawn Servant Elector, if you happen to know who that is. You are exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Ready Rock. Are they all gonna have rock names? Ready Rock is the Elector you seek. Oh, that's helpful. We can cut straight to performing the feat. As much as Ready Rock would like to do just that, we have much more pressing worry. This storm, which hit our village, shattered the cliffs and dropped rocks on our brain cases. Many help hands for the Pots Worn were injured. This is no time for feats or metal tests. I'm sorry to hear that. After learning what the storm did to the stairs, I feared you'd been caught in its path. Not to change the subject, but what are the Pots Worn? Goldsmiths, contracting to work for the Moblins. The word comes from the pot-like workshops where they practice their craft. The Moblins provide these Pots Worn with tools, materials, living quarters, everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on producing what is widely known as the finest gold and metalwork in Troll. Well, I mean, can they compete with my level 100 goldsmithing? Actually, it's level 96 right now, but we'll just pretend I have 100 for now. Hello, second. Oh, no, that's not him. Okay. Got the green aesthetic, but it's not him. This is unacceptable. I was promised no distractions. Are you an artiste? Is this the best they can offer? I should have never have left Wakulmeki. I was almost pronouncing this right last time. I don't remember if they've actually... I know that they've said it at some point, but I don't remember how you pronounce it. I think I was doing Meki? Something like that. You see, the pot swarm deserts us. Without enough healthy help hands, we are failing to uphold our side of the pot pact. The pot pact. Should all our pot swarm leave, Earthenshire will grind to a halt. Grind to a halt. We have to do something and do it soon. Then let us stand in for the injured helpers. It would give me a chance to learn more about your people and your village, and if it brings us closer to the beginning of the feat, then all the better. This isn't strictly part of the contest, so don't feel obliged to join in. Take a rest while you can. Yeah, well, come on, I don't really do that, so let's get on with it. Of course I'll help. I couldn't use a nap. Yeah, no. I don't think my character is capable of resting. Just like most of the Scions. I was hoping you'd say that. I actually wasn't sure I could do this on my own. Well, I'll help. I doubt any of us could just sit around and watch. Well, I could, but maybe not my character. We'll take every help hand we can get. Ready Rock just swears that once the Potsworn have their perfect workshop again, we will commence the feat with all haste. You and the third promise, you can assist help hand Rock. Okay, sounds good to me. You other four, follow Ready Rock. There are other help hands in need of hand lending. Looks like I have to babysit Wilk Lamont. I really appreciate you pitching it. I meant what I said at many fires. There will be no more feigning strength, no more playing and being an invincible promise. If there's one thing I've learned on this journey, it's how practiced you are at aiding those in need. I mean, like, I literally can't not help people. It's in the Dark Knight questline. And I mean to make the most of having such an incredible mentor at my side. Did you just make yourself my student? Without asking me? Well, come on. Now, let's find this Rock fellow and see what we can do for him. Alright, where to first? Speak with Rock, except I'm not high enough level, or why is it dark? I'm level 91. I think I found our help hand. First we'll solve this problem for the Moblins, and we'll see about completing the feat. Okay, why can't I do this? I need to be level 92? Oops, I guess I'll do it as warrior then. He's level 9. I'm level 93 here. Rock can't meet his obligations without more help hands. The pot pack is broken, and the pots are emptying. You've come to aid Rock. Rock accept your hand lending with joyous smiles. If we can offer the Potsworn their promised good living, we might save the day yet. Whatever you need. I shouldn't have said that, Wilklemont. See, 655. I should probably use that on Samurai, since I think this is... Yeah, this is 665, so let me just do it on there. So this is level 92, isn't it? Yep, I guess I'll hold on to that for now. Let's talk to Rock. Lending a help hand. Rock needs help learning about the Potsworn Kahi. I'm gonna stop trying to do that, because I can do the goblin sounded decent, or at least I feel like I can, but this just, I don't like trying to do this. What Rock needs is for new help hands to create good living for post-worn Kahi. Potsworn, it's Potsworn. The help hand assigned to Kahi was hurt during the rock train, so Rock took over, but he knows nothing of Kahi. What does Kahi want? What does Kahi need? Help hands do not bother the Potsworn with straight asks. Our job is to observe and anticipate, to prepare things with guess think. Please, guess think with Rock. Find out what Kahi is lacking, so we can provide it. You can count on us. I guess. Kahi is only one of many Potsworn in need of caretaking. We work through the night with no sleep and no rest, but there are too few of us to go around. That does not sound healthy. This is where Kahi works, is it? Let's take a peek inside then. That must be Kahi. It'd be a lot quicker if we could just talk to him, but that's not the way they do things around here, apparently. Well, it seems like you can use some AC. We'll have to leave him be, and try our hand at some guess think. Expect the workshop, you may move the camera around, points of interest, yeah. And for one thing, he's clearly fanning himself, so he must be hot or something. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Well, he has no shortage of crafting materials. There must be something he's missing. Oh, he hasn't eaten. He's barely touched his meal. Oh, I know what this is. Is it shakshuka? I think this is... Oh, I thought that was African. I mean, it's multicultural, but... Let's see. Sure looks like shakshuka. Oh, this one says Mediterranean dish. But I thought that was, let's see. Dish of eggs poached in a sauce of tomatoes, olive oil, peppers. That sounds like it's Mediterranean. Yeah. North Africa. I thought it was, so I'm not quite sure why it's here, but then again, you can kind of just throw, it's kind of the thing with shakshuka is that you can just kind of throw whatever you want in there. It's just kind of like a stew in a way. But it just has to be kind of like this. Anyway. He barely touched his meal. This dish is meant to be eaten hot, or it loses its flavor. Alright, what else are we looking for? I mean, for one thing, he's constantly fanning himself. He must be boiling, sitting so close to the furnace, and there's no airflow to speak of. How could anyone work in this stifling heat? Alright, apparently there's one more thing to find here. Okay, it only goes that far. Already got the meal materials, and apparently the gold... Oh, the worn tools, okay. These tools are looking pretty worn down. Maybe it's time for some new ones. Alright, after taking a good look, I think I have an idea of what things Kahi might want to improve his working conditions. Let's head back outside and talk with Rock. Come on, let's share what we observed with Rock. You made your observations. What did you guess think? First off, I noticed Kahi hasn't touched his food, and an empty belly can't be good for his concentration. Maybe the cooking isn't to his liking? But our food is very mouth-pleasing. Why wouldn't he want to eat it? Ah, but Rock is sure of nothing when it comes to Kahi's tastes. I can help with that. My brother Koana is also... right, that's their Makote name. Also, 2 H's, how am I supposed to pronounce that? Is it just a silent H? Hitsaro? It's probably Hitsaro. And while everyone has their personal preferences, there are some they tend to share. Like an aversion to piping hot dishes. Because they're cats. Reminds me of Cat Viper in One Piece. In the I don't know if it was only in the Roger flashback or the Odin flashback, or if it was in the also in the Zoe portion. But like he takes a bite of the Odin, a piece of the tofu. I don't know what part it was, and then he just says it's too hot while everyone else says it's great. If it was brought to him like that, Kahi probably wouldn't have been able to eat it until it cooled down, and by the time he came back to it, he might have found it cold and unappetizing. The simplest solution is to serve dishes that taste good no matter the temperature. Rock never would have thought of that. Would the third promise mind explaining these things to our cook? Not at all, but I don't think that was the only reason Kahi couldn't concentrate. The Hitsaro homeland is hot and dry, but even Kahi seemed to be suffering in front of the furnace. Is there any way we could cool down the workshop? Oh, we could try a drafty shard. They make a lovely breeze. An air crystal, or something, a wind crystal, something like that. Do you know where we can get one of those? You can gather them from the shoals of no return. That sounds a lovely place to go. There are many old boats there, abandoned by those who gave up their search for the Golden City. So we salvaged them from the wrecks. Could you handle that for us, Brilliant? Okay, what are you gonna do? Get lost? Lose all our money? Oh, and one more thing. From what I can tell, Kahi's files and saws and things were very worn down. Maybe a new set of tools is in order? Ah! Rock was too preoccupied with stocking materials, a serious oversight where he will rectify. Supplying good tools for good living is a help-hand's responsibility. Then we all have work to do. We can meet back here when our tasks are done. The shoals of no return are past the crags, through a tunnel to the southeast of here. You should be able to spot the passage from just outside the village. Okay, sounds good. Alright, he said southeast. Well, looks like we gotta head to the vantage point there first. But oh, through here. Okay. Let's see. The next one is to the southeast, right? Northwest. Okay. So there's probably one up here that we'll need to make sure to get. Actually, that's probably the direction we're heading. No, I think we're going to the south. Oh yeah, we're going to the south. Shoals of no return. I think there was one to the southeast. Hello, Dad Crid. You're brilliant, aren't you? Which brings you out here? The, like, thing that you're doing? Ah, the issue with caring for the post-worn. I keep reading that as post-worn. It's pot-sworn. When they approached me with that same problem, I suggested they commission artisans in Charlene instead. The quality of craftsmanship would be guaranteed, after all. Koana. Again, your solution works, but it's it's wrong. Yes, that'll work, but the whole point of this is to employ the artisans, not to get the goods. It's not necessarily just the product. I mean, this is his character. This is how he's supposed to be. However, the Moblins do not care for the idea. I wonder why. Surely it would be more effective to engage a uniformly trained collective. I cannot understand their fixation on individual contracts. Thancred, you know, like, Wokalamon can be annoying, but like the level of density of his skull is just way more than Wokalamon. At least Wokalamon will admit that she has problems. Perhaps the custom will make more... Wait, I gotta remember Thancred's voice. I haven't done it in a while. Perhaps the custom will make more sense once we begin the feat of pots. That's not quite right, but whatever. Until then, we've been deemed unfit to assist in the matters of help-hands, and are instead tasked with attending the injured. We were on our way back from the procuring herbs for Earthenshire, in fact. Settlements in Kozama'uka, too, have been isolated by the storm's destruction. What would have become of the wounded had we not found a way here? Should I become Dawn's servant? One of my first acts will be to establish reliable trade routes to the capital. When I imagine how much good we can achieve with Charlian technology, that's not actually a bad idea, but he still needs to understand that he's just completely brushing aside their customs and their traditions and everything, which I find interesting. Because if he was like the perfect leader, and like we had to compare him to Wokalamon, then that would be kind of boring. Like, why are we helping Wokalamon when we have this perfect leader right here? But he's actually flawed too, just not near as bad as the other guys. Like, I'll still take Koana over the other two guys. Yeah, both Thancred and Earthenshire understand that. They just aren't going to tell it to his face. My apologies. I've much to consider. If you'll excuse us. We'll meet again soon, I'm sure. Take care, Brilliant. I don't know how I'm supposed to see that place from here. You spot the tunnel opening. Head through the passage to the Shoal of No Return and recover the Drafty Shard. The Drafty Shard. Alright, let's head on over there. Now, I believe that there is an Aether Current over here. It's just we're slightly closer to the other one. Yeah, southeast. Okay, that's the direction we're heading. So there should be an Aether Current over in this area. I just need to actually, like, spot it, you know? Well, once we actually get through the tunnel, I'll do a little more, scoping out. Obviously, I won't be able to see it through the rock. Well, I guess this is a shoal. I don't know how it's no return, though. Okay, so we're supposed to head this way, but... Oh, well, never mind. That's where it is. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be missing this one. I remember in Heaven's Ward, it was the first... This is the first expansion with Aether Currents. I didn't know that, Oh, there's a bright green one, so I'll go for that one. I ignored the red one because we're looking for a Drafty Shard, which is probably going to be a wind one, which is probably going to be green. But I remember in Heaven's Ward, the first time I did it, I didn't even know the Aether Compass existed. So I ended up just looking up a map where they were, and then I eventually found out, oh, there's an in-game way to figure this out. This crystalline shard emanates a soothing whisper of wind. It seems you found the crystal Rock sent you to salvage. Yep, that's exactly what we needed. Now, let's see, okay, east. Next one's the east, which is, yeah, in this area that we're probably going to go at some point. Let's go ahead and just teleport back. Okay, then the next one's probably northwest. Yeah, northwest. Alright, Rock, and it looks like Wilklemot's not back yet, but I'm sure she will be in the cutscene that we fade out into. Oh, not yet. Is that a cool breeze Rock feels? Yes, it is. Here is one drafty shard. And the Wilklemot will return in this cutscene. Yep, there she is. Yes, thank you for finding a drafty shard. Rock will add it to the new set of tools he brought. And I come bearing good food tidings. The cook has prepared a feast fit for the most discerning Hitsaro, and it's on its way even as we speak. Let's go and see what Kahi thinks of our efforts. I don't know how you gave him all that stuff already, considering, we just handed you the shard and tools. Well, he certainly looks a lot more relaxed. I was wondering what occasion called for me to receive so many visitors. A fine meal, new tools, and a welcome source of cool air. Now I remember why I signed a pot pact. I'm grateful for your kind considerations. Allow me a moment or two, and I'll reciprocate with a piece worthy of a potsworn. Just those crafting sounds. You know, the goldsmithing sound, I think. Oh, a candle, or lamp, yes. An oil lamp to brighten the halls of Volokshunsa. The craftsmanship satisfies Earthenshire's reputation for quality, I trust. Such luster, such brilliance. Truly a gift fit for the Dawn Servant. I'm glad you like it. Considering the time I've wasted till now, I hope to continue crafting at this improved pace. I have a contract to fulfill, after all. Forgive my interruption. Lamenti, I am told the Elector has deemed the crisis past and is prepared to task us with the feat. That's great news. Thank you for letting me know. So this is the craft of a potsworn. It's indeed a masterful piece. Thank you for your words of praise, Second Promise. I drew inspiration from Kozama'uka's natural beauty and sought to capture it in my work. I wondered why the Moblins did not simply build a workshop in the city, and now I have my answer. Even Charlian goldsmiths could not easily replicate such exquisite artistry. One cannot create great things if one lacks creative impetus. Tuli Olol, fortunately, does not want for inspiration. Anyone wishing to learn the basics of a craft would do well to study it here. I was raised among Hitsaru, more traditional than most, and the shared ingenuity of Tyrol's various peoples was eye-opening. You lived as a traditional Hitsaru? I have few fond memories of nomadic life. Are we gonna get some lore? Because he eventually went to Charlian, obviously. Alright, let's go and talk to everyone and wrap this one up. Would that I could forget that time. Clearly, these are not fond memories. I tried a serving of the dish we prepared for Kahi. You were so good, I had a second helping. Kozama'uka, please. That was for him. Now my workspace is just the way I like it. I have inspiration oozing from every pore. Think that lantern was nice? Just wait until my next masterpiece. Rock is very grateful to you. I thank you for both your hard work and clever guess think. When it comes to help handing, knowing the pot's worn really is important. Well, that's true for pretty much everyone you meet. It's a lesson I've had drummed into me several times already on this journey. Okay, let's see, that one was, let's see, the next quest is the Feet of Pots, and, let's see, so we did, the annoying thing is that, at minimum, I wanted to get, yeah, let's just do one more quest. My hand is actually hurting a little bit, and I'm just, like, not feeling good today, so let's go ahead and try and get through this quest, and then that'll actually unlock the delivery quest for the crafters and the role quests for the combat classes. Let's go ahead and talk to Koana and go ahead and do this quest. The Feet of Pots. Koana has details to share concerning the forthcoming Feet of Pots. The Elector bids the claimants assemble in the large building on the west side of the village. I will head over after finding Thancred and Urianger. Ah, I also ran into the Levier twins on the way here. I took the liberty of directing them to the venue. You know, he's the only one that would even consider doing any of this, like, helping us out thing. Because, I mean, it's not even helping us out, it's just, like, even something that might remotely help us. Like, the other two are just, like, ruthless with, like, how they want to win. We're rivals. It's not his job to make sure I know the feed is starting. But even now, he's conscientious to a fault. Anyway, let's not keep Ready Rock waiting. Rock is thankful Potswarmkahi did not quit leave like the others. He thinks you will have no hard times with the coming feat. Alright, let's head on out and get started on the Feet of Pots. I'd like to look them on first. I thought everyone would be here by now. Well, no, the cutscene hasn't started. Everyone's got to walk up right then. Ready Rock thanks you for assisting Help Hand Rock. She will announce the feat once the claimants arrive, so please be patient a little while longer. I suspect this one will be voiced. If it's not, I'd be very surprised. Well, I guess I'm very surprised. I'm happy to report that we were able to convince one of the Potsworn to stay. How did you fare? We did pretty good ourselves. So you managed to do the same. Splendid. Yes. Yeah, he's been here the whole time. Of course he wasn't going to help. Welcome to Earthenshire, First Promise. We support your plans to Salt Crossing and the new Potsworn they will bring. That's not... You mean after all your pots are destroyed? Yeah. And the war? Yeah, that'll be great. Hail, the mighty Zeraljaw! He cleared many piles of rockfalls as if they were pebblestones. The resilient son of Verdun servant. Zeraljaw was cleaning fallen rocks. I'm surprised he would volunteer his time for anything unrelated to the contest. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Well, we meet again. I forgot what voice I had for him. Oh no, it's the jerk. Just in time for the feat to begin. I'll bet he was already here, laying low while the rest of us did all the work. Claimants, your attention please. As Ready Rock has explained, Many of our potsworn left us following the storm. The precious metalwork crafted by those artisans bring in much Jingleyshire from across the salt. Should our stream of trade goods dry up, Earthenshire will suffer. Tuliolol merchants will suffer. So Ready Rock, set to this feat. Each of you will find one clever hand goldsmith to bring back here to us. Interesting. Wait, we already know someone. Are we gonna bring him, the guy from that we helped at the merchants over here? So we're to recruit a new potsworn. Makes sense for the feat of pots. Calling this a feat does not justify taking advantage of the claimants and their influence. How does finding workers for you demonstrate their worthiness for the throne? Yeah, you can just shut up. Because you have no people skills. You are free to refuse Ready Rock's request. She will be happy to inform the Dawn Servant of Zeralja's disqualification. Ooh. This rite is a means to an end. The steps we take to get here are not important. Let's go kidnap someone or something. Then Ready Rock declares the feat of pots begun. But remember, a pot pact must be agreed to willingly. No crap snatching or deceitful tongue flaps. Well, that sounds like that kind of messes up the first promises plan. I don't know how they're gonna pass. The Elector said nothing of taking a willing artisan from a rival. Of course. Of course. Why do the work when you can steal it from someone else? Which is exactly what we should do. Yeah. A fine suggestion, brother. I'm glad you think so, brother. Come, let us lay our plan. That nasty brute is up to something, you think? Aye, he may seek to delay us once again as he did on the river. What we can but remain vigilant while we plot our course. What do you think, Wokamot? Have you any candidates in mind to satisfy the feat? This feat? I know some artisans amongst my supporters, but they are all in their twilight years. Of course, all the old men. I couldn't ask them to give up the comfort of Tuliolol to live in this remote village, no matter how beautiful the scenery. Again, what about that young guy we ran into after the split quest lines? Meanwhile, Koala probably has hundreds of young craftspeople to choose from. Not that I'm comparing us, you understand? That's just a statement of fact. Wokamot, please. I suppose we could try around Wachimeki. That seems a logical place to start. Back to Tuliolol it is. Wait, does that mean we have to take the boat again? Of course. No! I can't do it! I can't stomach another boat ride! You said I should share my burdens, so I will speak plainly. The truth is, I get really sick on boats. We know. Wokamot, this is hardly news. But it was brave of you to admit it. In any case, we won't be fighting the current this time. Heading downriver will be much smoother. The eyes. It will. Are you sure? I'm positive, mostly. Oh, come on. And we're back. What obstacle will Baku Jajash throw at us next? Or will he try something more direct? Did we mention the pots worn in our care require a constant stream of encouragement in order to craft? The four of us must have chanted the same cheer dozens, if not hundreds of times. Earnville was scolded more than once for not cheering loudly enough. See, that's the kind of dialogue that you don't get if you don't talk to all the NPCs in the area. Wooklamot suffers such terrible bouts of seasickness. I wish I had a spell or potion that could ease her nausea. I've procured many unusual items for clients, but meeting the personalized needs of a potsworn is not an experience I'd care to repeat. Okay, Earnville. I need a moment. Upriver or downriver? Ihui Katuma is too rough for me. The nausea is a bit more bearable now that I've stopped trying to hide it, but I'd still rather not set foot on a boat if I can help it. Alright, I think I'm ready. Let's see if Master Ropley can help us recruit a potsworn. Yeah, Ropley is the guy at the Meki place. Let's head on over there. I mean, I suspect we're going to end up recruiting the guy that we talked to. Also, it looks like there's no faster way to get over here, so guess I'll just hoof it. There they are. Let's talk to everyone. Wachu Meki is a gathering spot for skilled artisans of all kinds. If we're to find a potsworn candidate, I can think of no better place to begin our search. So this is Wachu Meki that Wooklamot was talking about. I had yet to make it this far in my wanderings. Earnville brought us here on our first tour of the city, but time did not permit a close look. I should like to observe these masters at work. Surely at least one person will answer Wooklamot's calls for potsworn. Maybe Master Ropley can help us. Well, I'd hope so. Phew, the fresh harbor air was just what I needed. Alright, Ropley, can you help us out? Greetings, Third Promise. Which brings you back to Wachu Meki. You've not chipped your axe again, have you? No, Master Ropley. Actually, I have a favor to ask. So, what do you think? Do you know any craftsmen who might be interested? Filching my artisans for Moblins, eh? Well, seeing as it's the Third Promise making the request, I'm willing to look the other way if one of them decides to take you up on the offer. Only I can't think of a suitable candidate off the top of my head. Who do I know with a mastery of goldsmithing that would have no qualms of relocating to Earthenshire? The Artisan Goldsmith, what about him? That's what I was saying. What if the Elzen man who just started working here? Yeah, let's just, I mean, obviously it's referencing the same guy, so not gonna really matter. You mean Fonjantine? He did say he was employed at some fancy jewelry store across the salt. It's a little more than a jewelry store. And considering the distance he's already come, I'd like to think he wouldn't mind moving a little up the river. That said, he's only just got himself a new job. Is it too soon to ask him to sign a pot pact? There's no harm in making the offer. Once he hears how well the Potsworn are treated, he may even jump at the chance. Either way, you want to find Fonchantine at his workshop at this hour. He's finished for the day, probably enjoying a meal over at Zabalyov Tier. Oh, looks like we're going to the cafe. Then maybe we should go and talk to him. Just you and me, since he knows us. Wouldn't want him to feel intimidated by having a deal with a crowd of new faces. That's probably a good idea. The two of us can handle this. Take your rest at the cabins if you like. Right. Let's go and see a man about a pot. Right. Is it actually going to take me there, or is it just walking me off the screen? It's just walking me off the screen. When Fonchantine first arrived, the ways of our city were so new and confusing for him. It's funny how quickly people get used to things, though. Alright, let's go ahead and take that aetheryte over there. I believe there's one, like, right in front, right? Close enough. Alright, Fonchantine, where are you? Looks like you're probably down below. There he is. I'm still not sure about this. What about it? What do you mean? Oh, brilliant. You're here too. The third promise said she wanted to chat. I've just finished eating, so shall we find a quiet spot outside? I guess. The last time we talked on this beach, you were in a miserable state. Yes, I wasn't I? A lost soul, until the two of you came along and helped me rediscover my purpose. My new place of employment has been most welcoming, and for the first time in a long time, I feel content with my lot in life, and that's not a good sign. That's wonderful! So, what is it you wish to discuss? Well, it's hard to ask this right after you've settled in, but I'm looking for someone to become a Potsworn. Ah, I've heard my new colleagues mention that term. That's when an artisan signs a contract to work for the Moblins, yes, isn't it? But you're not a Moblin. I'm not sure I understand. It's for a feat in the rite of succession. I need to bring a new Potsworn to Earthenshire. So that's the way of it. We barely met, and pushing you to work at Wakumekimeki, I'm not now demanding you throw that away and sign a pot pact instead. It's a selfish request, I know. I have something to tell you, Third Promise. The other day, I completed the necessary procedures for immigration. I'm pleased to say, I am now an official subject of Tuliolol. I've since endeavored to learn what I can of my new nation, beginning with the right of succession and its claimants, including you, of course. Now, you will recall, it was my father's example which led me to pursue goldsmithing. He was at East End when Garlean forces laid siege to the settlement, and in the ensuing chaos, he was slain. War took him from me in an instant, the man I loved and admired. I never wished to suffer such a loss again. And so, as much as I'm indebted to you for turning my life around, it is as a fellow peace-loving Tuliolon, and I want you to win the throne. If I can help you achieve that by signing a pot pact, then I shall be gladly do so. Fonchantine, thank you. I shall return to Master Ropley and inform him of my decision. Allow me. I'm the reason you're leaving, so I should be the one to deliver the news. Alright, that went better than expected. Alright, who is this guy again? Perhaps you remember me. Brook Evu, owner of Zabirlov Tier. I'd like a word if you don't mind. Oh, this is gonna be for the delivery quest, isn't it? You're Brook Lamont's ally from across the Salty, right? And a hero of some renown, too. If the gossip's to be believed. Well, as it so happens, I could use some heroic help. Oh no, this is for the role quests. It doesn't need to be right now, but could you come by when you have a spare moment? Yeah, because that's actually similar to how we did it in the Shadowbringers ones, where all the people were actually at the bar. In this case, it's going to be the restaurant. Much appreciated. I'll be waiting for you in my shop then. We'll do those eventually. I'm going to wait until we actually finish MSQ to do those, because they realized their mistake by making it required in Shadowbringers and then didn't do it in Endwalker, and I suspect that they won't make it required for Dawntrail either. So we'll do those after we finish MSQ, like I did with Endwalker. You can now gain access to role quests, speak to Brook Evu at the restaurant, and pursue new adventures to progress through the rite of succession. Yep. Yeah, there's the blue quest now, but we'll do that later. It looks like this should unlock the delivery quests, but we'll end up seeing. Oops, I should have taken the Aetheryte. I'm still close enough, I think, for it to be worth it. And again, those are also in Endwalker. I didn't do them on stream, and in fact, I still haven't actually finished all of them, all of the studio deliveries. But I intended to try and do them on stream. But again, we're gonna wait until after we finish MSQ, because usually they're gated behind the MSQ progress. Go talk to Ropley Fonchantine, then Wook Lamont. I see you've managed to find Fonchantine. It feels ungrateful to leave so soon after Master Ropley granted me employment, but surely he'll understand. I do this for the future of Tuliolol. Master Ropley, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but, Fonchantine has agreed to sign the Pot Pact, yes? Well, it is a shame to lose a capable goldsmith. To have one of our own handpicked to serve the Third Promise is a great honor of the Wachumekimeki. I appreciate your understanding. Of course. If you happen to know other talented artisans, regardless of their expertise, I hope you send them my way. Well, I mean, I'm standing right here. Oh, I'm a new crafter, by the way. It could even be yourself, if you're so inclined. Yeah, this unlocks the delivery quests. I'll keep that in mind. Though my time here was brief, I will not forget your kindness, Master Ropley. I am blessed to have these workshops be my first home in Tuliolol. Come back to us if the Moblins cut you loose. You'll always have a job at Wachumekimeki. I expect you'll want to leave for Earthenshire as soon as possible. Well, if it means another boat, then I think she'll be happy with delaying a bit. I'll go and pack my things. What became of Fonchantine? Were you able to find him? We did, and he's agreed to become a potsworn. We'll leave when he is ready, but you still have a little time. Splendid. We shall meet you anon. I had plenty of reasons to win the contest, but now I have one more. Fonchantine's putting his faith in me, and I won't let him down. We now unlock deliveries. Yeah, delivery quests. Again, we'll do those after we finish MSQ.